My guests tonight include Lord Boothby and Miss Mai Zetterling. But first, one of our rising stars of the theatre, a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company, once described as the sex queen of that company.
Now, were you able to wear undergarments?
You're like the fifth person that's asked me that.
Well, no, because
what is going on?
There's an unspoken deal in Hollywood. You sit down for an interview, the journalist asks about the movie, and everybody goes home happy. But some interviewers don't play by the rules. They ambush, they bait.
I just wondered if you are as happy in your private life, and will we be seeing a certain Mr. Ashton Kutcher perhaps making a trip?
They weaponize your past, your body, your identity, anything to manufacture a headline. And for decades, celebrities were told to just smile through it. Not anymore. Because when the wrong question meets the right person, what happens next isn't just awkward, it's devastating. From ice-cold stare-downs that make interviewers physically apologize on camera to walkouts so clean they became internet legend.
Bye.
Thank you guys. I'm sorry.
These are the moments where celebrities didn't just set boundaries, they obliterated the person who crossed them. Mayim Bialik, The Credential Mic Drop, 2014. Let's start with a reporter who walked directly into the worst possible trap. At the 2014 SAG Awards, an interviewer approached Mayim Bialik, who plays a hyper-intelligent neurobiologist on The Big Bang Theory, and asked a deeply condescending question. He wanted to know how many people assume she can actually solve calculus.
But how many people think that you can solve calculus at the drop of a hat?
Clearly expecting a cute laugh about how actors aren't really that smart. What he didn't know, because he didn't bother to do 30 seconds of research, is that Mayim Bialik has a PhD in neuroscience from UCLA. She stepped away from acting at 19 specifically to earn it. She told him she's a neuroscientist, that he may not have known that, and that she can do calculus.
Yeah, I'm a neuroscientist, so you may not have known that. Yeah,
I knew you were some kind of scientist.
I'm a neuroscientist. Yeah, I can do calculus.
Okay.
I can do that. But yeah, I think people assume that of all of us.
The reporter stumbled over himself. She repeated it, just to make sure it landed. 2 sentences. Zero anger. Complete annihilation.
You don't have to have a PhD in neuroscience to be on our show, I promise.
That's what happens when you assume an actor is dumb without checking Google first. Taylor Swift. Calling out the double standard, 2019. Speaking of assumptions, let's talk about the question women get asked that men never do. In 2019, Taylor Swift was on a European press tour promoting Lover, when a German reporter asked whether turning 30 meant she was finally ready to settle down and have kids. Not a question about the album, not about her career, a question about her uterus.
Talking about your personal life, talking about your dating life. There's a different vocabulary for men and women.
Swift didn't laugh it off. She named it. She said she really does not think men are asked that question when they turn 30, so she's not going to answer it now. Short. Surgical. The interview moved on instantly. The quote went viral, with feminist media outlets praising Swift for refusing to politely laugh through a question that reduced one of the biggest artists on the planet to a biological clock. Sometimes the most powerful shutdown isn't a rant. It's a single sentence that exposes the absurdity of the question. Scarlett Johansson. What kind of interview is this? 2012. Now, if you think that question was bad, wait until you hear what a reporter asked Scarlett Johansson during the Avengers press tour. She's sitting next to Jeremy Renner. They're promoting a billion-dollar superhero movie, and extra reporter Jerry Penacoli decides the most important thing to ask is whether she was physically able to wear undergarments beneath her Black Widow costume.
Now, were you able to wear undergarments?
You're like the fifth person that's asked me that.
Well, no, because
what is going on? Since when did people start asking each other about in interviews about their underwear?
Not about the stunts, not about the character, her underwear. She asked what was going on and what kind of interview this was.
You asked Joss what kind of underwear he wears?
No.
What kind of interview is this?
She spent the rest of that press tour calling out the gender disparity in journalism. In another panel, she turned to Robert Downey Jr. and asked how come he gets the really interesting existential question and she gets the rabbit food question. And the kicker, Penacoli had asked the exact same creepy wardrobe question to Anne Hathaway about her Catwoman suit. Some people don't learn. Mila Kunis, The Bilingual Defense, 2011. This next one is pure cinema. In 2011, Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake were at a Moscow press conference promoting Friends with Benefits. A Russian journalist went after Timberlake, aggressively questioning why a musician thinks he belongs in movies. The reporter knew Timberlake relied on an earpiece for translation and couldn't defend himself in real time. What the reporter did not know is that Mila Kunis immigrated to the United States from Ukraine at age 7 and speaks fluent native-level Russian. Before the earpiece could even translate the insult, Kunis leaned into the microphone and unleashed a rapid-fire shutdown in her native tongue. The rest of the Russian press corps erupted in applause and laughter. Timberlake, who had no idea what just happened, simply smiled and said that's his bodyguard.
It's late. This is my bodyguard.
The clip went massively viral, and it cemented Kunis as someone you absolutely do not try to ambush, especially when you assume she can't understand you. Rihanna. The Disappointed Stare, 2012. Not every shutdown needs to be loud. Some of the most devastating ones are almost silent. In 2012, Rihanna was at a London press conference for Battleship when a reporter tried to sneak in a gossip question about Ashton Kutcher, disguising it as a question about her ability to connect with people.
You're so good at connecting with people that I think that we actually feel that we know you. Things are clearly going brilliantly in your career. I just wondered if you are as happy in your private life, and will we be seeing a certain Mr. Ashton Kutcher perhaps making a trip?
Rihanna didn't blink. She let out a dry, humorless chuckle, stared directly at the reporter, and said how disappointing that question was.
Wow, how disappointing was that question?
Dead silence from the reporter. Rihanna added that she's happy and she's single, if that's what he's really asking.
I'm happy and I'm single, if that's what you're really asking.
7 words, no raised voice, no anger, just sheer disappointment delivered with the precision of a surgeon. Lady Gaga, The Empowering Deflection, 2011. What happens when an interviewer doesn't just cross a personal line, they cross an identity line? In 2011, Lady Gaga sat down with Anderson Cooper on 60 Minutes. Cooper brought up a transphobic internet rumor claiming the pop star was intersex. He asked why she hadn't issued the standard celebrity denial. Gaga rejected the entire premise. She asked why the hell she would waste her time giving a press release about whether or not she has a penis. She said her fans don't care, and neither does she.
Why the hell am I going to waste my time and give a press release about whether or not I have a penis? My fans don't care, and neither do I.
She later explained she refused to answer directly because she didn't want a child going through something similar to see a massive public figure treating gender ambiguity as something requiring a defensive apology. She didn't just set a boundary, she built a shield for an entire community. Samuel L. Jackson, The Humorous Roast, 2014. From the deeply meaningful to the deeply hilarious. In 2014, Samuel L. Jackson appeared on KTLA Morning News to promote RoboCop. Anchor Sam Rubin confidently asked about his recent Super Bowl commercial.
I tell you what, working for Marvel, the Super Bowl commercial, did you get a lot of reaction to that Super Bowl commercial?
One problem, Jackson wasn't in a Super Bowl commercial.
What Super Bowl commercial?
Lawrence Fishburne was. Instead of politely correcting the anchor, Jackson launched into one of the greatest live television roastings ever broadcast. He told the anchor, they don't all look alike. He's the what's in your wallet black guy.
You know what?
We don't all look alike.
Father, you're exactly
we may be all black and famous,
You
but
are
we all don't look
guilty.
alike.
I am guilty.
Fishburne is the car black guy. Morgan Freeman is the other credit card black guy. Then he said, there must be a very short line for the anchor's job.
You're the entertainment reporter for this station?
Vlog.
And you don't know the difference between
I
me and
know.
Lawrence Fishburne?
My mistake. I apologize. Really, my big mistake. Let's talk about...
That must be a very short line for your job
I'll
outside
say.
there.
Rubin issued a groveling on-air apology 30 minutes later. Jackson's refusal to politely gloss over the mistake was praised for holding entertainment journalism to a baseline standard of professional competence. Helen Mirren, The Socratic Takedown, 1975. Everything we've seen so far happened in the modern era. But this next one proves women have been fighting this exact battle for decades. In 1975, a 30-year-old Helen Mirren appeared on BBC's Parkinson Show to promote Lady Macbeth. The host quoted a critic praising her sluttish eroticism, used air quotes around serious actress, and argued her physical body undermined her artistic credibility.
My guests tonight include Lord Boothby and Miss Mayim Bialik. But first, one of our rising stars of the theatre, a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company, once described as the sex queen of that company.
Mirren played dumb. She forced Parkinson to explain exactly what he meant by her equipment. On national television, she asked him to explain in great detail.
I'd like you to explain what you mean by my equipment in
Well, people watching...
great detail.
Parkinson squirmed and said her physical attributes. Mirren asked if he meant her fingers. She made him define his own sexism out loud. She didn't raise her voice once. Decades later, Parkinson still refused to apologize. 50 years later, that clip still hits like a sledgehammer. Tom Cruise, The Ice-Cold Stare-Down, 2005. In 2005, Tom Cruise sat down with Peter Overton for 60 Minutes Australia. The interview was supposed to be about War of the Worlds. Instead, Overton relentlessly pried into Cruise's divorce from Nicole Kidman.
What do you mean, Peter?
You were married for 10 years?
Listen, we raised children. How do you answer that? How do you answer that question?
Cruise didn't yell. He locked eyes with Overton and held an unbroken stare. He told Overton he was stepping over a line and he knew it. Overton tried to hide behind the public. Cruise refused. He told Overton that he's the one who wants to know and to take responsibility for what he wants to know. Then he told Overton to put his manners back in. Overton apologized, on camera.
I'm just telling you right now, okay? Just put your manners back in.
Do you think I was out of line?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I apologize for that sincerely.
And 18 years later, during the 2023 Mission Impossible press tour, rumors circulated that Overton had been banned from the red carpet. One interview, 2 decades of consequences. Robert Downey Jr., The Walkout, 2015. And now we arrive at the moment that defined an era. In 2015, Robert Downey Jr. was in London promoting Avengers, Age of Ultron. Interviewer Krishnan Guru Murthy began steering into Downey's past substance abuse, his time in prison, and a decontextualized political quote from a decade earlier.
And I just wondered whether, you think you're free of all of that, or whether that's still something.
I'm sorry, I really don't.
The man was there to promote a superhero movie. Downey's posture shifted. He asked if they were promoting a movie. Guru Murthy kept pushing. Downey said he was sorry and asked what they were doing. Guru Murthy said he was just asking questions. Downey said, right, bye.
What are we doing?
Well, I'm just asking questions, that's all.
Right.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. I'm sorry.
It's just getting a little Diane Sawyer in here. He stood up, removed his mic, and walked out of the frame. Clean, decisive, not a single raised voice. Because what Downey understood, what all of these celebrities understood, is that the deal is simple. You come to promote the movie, the journalist asks about the movie, and when someone breaks that deal, you don't owe them a single second more of your time. Condescending questions, identity ambushes, recycled gotcha moments, loaded political bait. For decades, celebrities were told to grin and bear it, to smile through the disrespect and protect the promotional relationship. Not anymore, because every person in this video proved the same thing. You don't have to yell to win. You don't have to storm off to make a point. Sometimes all it takes is a single sentence, a stare, a credential, or a walkout so clean it becomes internet legend. Which shutdown hit the hardest for you? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more moments where celebrities absolutely refuse to play the game, make sure to like and subscribe, because we've got plenty more where these came from.